All right, welcome to another episode of Let's Go Brandon Green. Today on the show we have Elite Mastery, and he is the business owner of the Champions Playbook. He's from Los Angeles, around that region, Lancaster. He has 15,000 followers, more than that now on his Instagram. He's a business consultant, and he's the host of the Brands Experts podcast. Elite Mastery, how are you today there, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, thankful that I woke up today, just, thankful for every opportunity, just thankful to be able to, open my eyes and be able to, go out and try to win as much as possible in everything that I do.
And you are winning, man, because I checked out your Instagram. You've got a good, healthy following. You're always active on there. You're a business consultant, and you're very passionate about helping people. How did you get into this, man, being 34 years of age? How did you get into this?
Well, growing up, I always just wanted to do different things to kind of figure out. Because, when you're young, like under 16, you can't go get a job. But just sitting around with no money was no fun for me. So
you were hungry. You wanted a job.
Yes, exactly.
You're like me, man. I want to get money and get out of here and have fun like all the other adults. I see adulting around and doing life, and I reckon I'd be able to do that and have fun.
Exactly. So, I had early businesses. One of the first ones, I would go to the gas station and, clean people's windows in their cars. Maybe I was 9-10 years old doing that. From there, I moved on to doing ringtones on phones, kind of get cell phones, install the software and, put songs on there. But I would just always knew that there was something I can do for myself. From there, went to the military. But, I felt like there was so much control over everything that I do.
Military life wouldn't have been for me either because I had a few friends that they didn't want to go. And just wait, I'll be back in a minute.
Right. Brandon's gonna be back, but yeah. This is cool. He's in Australia, so the fact that he's out there is cool. All the way in Australia, never been.
Saying about the military was, it's so. I thought that's such a waste of a life,
Right, exactly. Did that, and it just felt good to give back to my country, really. But from there, I moved on. I got a degree in engineering, which was cool. But I always knew that when people struggle to earn income, that causes a lot of crime and problems in families. And I just, knew that there was a way to fix that. And I loved, sports and competition. And so to kind of, put that mindset with that and something you could always
sales and marketing.
What's that?
Sales and marketing, sports and competition, same thing, man.
Right, exactly. So I just wanted to put them all together, and here we had a Champions Playbook. It was born in 3 years ago. So and here we are now, and it's been great. It's been a lot of.
And that's just yourself.
It's myself. It is myself, and I also have my daughter do different things. She's 13, but I'm teaching her a lot of different things. A lot of it is me filming, me interviewing people. But as far as right now, it is mainly, just me. And it's okay right now because, there's not that much that I actually have to do. So I'm able to handle it. But going forward, most definitely going to be looking to, pick up and add to the team for sure.
Right. So how do you go about getting clients?
For sure. So what I do a lot is I'm an ambassador with the Antelope Valley Chamber of Commerce. So that is how I create a lot of content. From there, people see what I'm doing. They see my content online. They're reaching out through messages. They're going to my website, and they're kind of, talking about the help that they need. And then we just kind of build out from there.
Yeah. And what type of help do you give people that are your clients?
Sure. So I do what's called it's a TCP business consulting session, because something that we believe as a company is it's like a car. No one's going to be comfortable driving a car if they can't read the gauges to see if they have gas or if the car is kind of operating right. So to just know where they are, what their goals are, and to kind of push them forward with that. Like, do they need to create content? Do they need to have a budget? Things like that. So we just kind of map everything out from there and just go forward. Because, we can make content for a company, but if that's not something that they want or they're not ready for that, then we'll, put a strategy together to get them up to speed and go from there.
Yeah, right. So what kind of things have you done for your past clients?
A lot of content creation and content marketing. So creating content for their businesses, filming, grand opening tours of their businesses, interviews, things like that. Then also putting their businesses on email newsletters so they can get more exposure. So a lot of things like that. That's been the main thing.
That's been the main thing, right? And what type of clients do you have?
Fitness training company called Get Money Fitness. They're out of the San Fernando Valley. So great guy, goes by Get Money. So that's one of our strong clients right there. A lot of content with him working out with his clients, kind of going through that process. Also, So Good Candle Coats, a candle company. They're in a different state, so a lot of stuff done virtually. So working with them, kind of doing the consulting thing, making sure they have their email list built. So all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I had a look on your Instagram, and it is quite impressive, especially with what you do. Yeah, man, it looks colorful. It's all you're doing. How do you stay relevant with? Not really relevant, but up to date with all the current trends in marketing. I bet your daughter would be leading the way in that, even because it's just moving so quick, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what we do a lot is just kind of just keep up with the kind of listen to new music, kind of going on the explore page on YouTube, going on Chrome and incognito, and just seeing what it is, what people like, things like that. So just kind of always looking at what people like, creating that content.
Because you and me are old, man. We're old now, but we got the brains, whereas people like your daughter, they got no brains, but they can tell you what's popping,
Oh, exactly. That is a big.
Did she tell you that she's got brains?
Oh, for sure. She's a straight A student. That's something that I'm very proud of, that she's applying herself to her maximum ability, getting incredible grades. And she definitely kind of tells me a lot and kind of, looks out for, what's important in business. So for sure.
No, that's good that you got, well, you're a father, man, and look what you've been doing. So with these people that come on board, how are they finding you?
So a lot of times they find me through, because what I do, when I create content for a business, I make sure I tag that business. I put their name with the content, the name of their business. And then from there, like if anybody was looking for that business, then they're going to see my content come up through tag photos, through that content specifically, comments that business have led. So a lot of organic growth, to be honest with
you. Yeah, wow. So that's just basically word of mouth and just people, hey, man, I've seen what you guys did for these guys and I'm interested. You're getting messages that are of that nature.
Exactly. And I go to a lot of events, like Chamber of Commerce events, a lot of business events. And so, there's a lot of like-minded people there that are looking for that specific service. And so it just kind of all comes together.
So if someone said to you, like they're a business owner locally and they want to make a video montage kind of thing of short 1 minute thing that they can put on the Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, that's the type of thing that you specialize in.
Absolutely. 1 minute long form, kind of docuseries kind of a stuff, but also the marketing side, making sure that they have an email list built, something that they own, and also the business partnership side, make sure they join local groups like Chamber of Commerce and stuff like that, make sure they know exactly what they need to be doing.
And they're not necessarily easy to get in these things as well, so that means that you've got connections high up, and you're a high up connection yourself, man, which is very impressive. So if I was a client and to use you just for some media exposure or some work there, you could also have other clients up your sleeve that could use their work. And I'm sure you've done deals for other people behind the scenes, just connecting people just because of your network?
Oh yes, like it's beautiful. Like the network has grown so much. It's been the most growth we've ever experienced in the middle of year 3. It's been more than I would ever imagine it would be, and everything led to us starting a podcast. Actually, this month was our actual launch month of the podcast, so that's something we're really excited about.
And how do we find that? We type into Google Brands Experts Podcast. I'm sure you've got links to that as well on your Instagram.
Yes, that's all you got to do. Brands Expert Podcast is actually an Instagram page for that, Brands Experts Podcast. And we're going to put a lot of different content on the Champions Playbook page as well. But yes, so the thing with the podcast, what we're mainly focusing on is getting experts and talking to them about exactly what they're doing with their brands and brands they're associated with and things like that. Because as learning and always growing, we figured out that there's 3 main ways people purchase. And the first way is a bargain purchaser. A second way is a value. And the third way is through a brand. It's the best way, right? So if we can learn about brands and kind of what makes them great and what makes an expert, because really, I mean, everybody wants to talk to the experts. A lot of people don't just want to talk to, just anybody. If you could talk to LeBron James, that would be a lot more effective than just talking to any other player. So, talking to an expert in their field is the main thing we're focusing on with the podcast.
Well, you've quickly become one from what I can see. And what do you have any plans in the future? 2023, how's that looking like for the Champions Playbook?
Yeah, so 2023, we want this to be an incredible year as well. We want to do content outside of California. We've kind of gone outside of Los Angeles County, done some content in Bakersfield area and, things like that. But we want to expand that, so go to different states like Nevada, Texas, Florida, New York.
Florida, New York, all the way on the other side.
Exactly. We don't want to stay limited. We want to definitely learn about businesses that are all over. We want to do tours, sit down interviews, podcast episodes, do some things on beaches and rooftops and, check out restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So we definitely got plans for all that kind of great stuff. And we definitely want to, open 2023 up with a bang for sure.
Yeah, man, I want to see you do it too, because what you've done so far is incredible. And
exactly.
Yeah. So you've always, at the moment, you've got people DMing you, I'd imagine, from these other states asking you for help, but you're just saying not at the moment, but in the future.
Absolutely. In the future, most definitely. And but we are open to doing things like this where we can, get on camera, do podcasts with people that are in different states or different countries. Like you're in Australia, never been to Australia, wouldn't know anything what that lifestyle's like or what it's like to go there. But it's a big world, and this is a big moment for our consulting firm and as well our podcast, because now we get to say that we've done a podcast with somebody in Australia, and that's something very big for us. So we're just very, very, very thankful for that.
No worries, man. It was great to have you on as well, and I'm sure you will get like I said, man, 15,000, and that is an active Instagram page as well.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Is it the same people making a lot of orders again and again, year after year as well? You get that happening a bit?
For sure. A lot of the same people, a lot of return clients.
Yeah,
and that's
with new products. So if anyone wants to advertise a new product or do a product launch, how would you go about that?
So if they want to they want to start a new product with their company?
Yeah, they've got a new, I'm selling something, I've got a new... for example, I sell coffee. I've got a new coffee that I want to bring out. Bang. Elite Mastery. What do we do?
So what we do is I let them know, hey, you're going to send that to our P.O. box, and then we're going to go ahead and review that. We have what's called TCP product reviews. It's a series on our YouTube page that we're going to really start focusing on, because people have so many different products, from podcasts to coffee mugs to T-shirts to embroidery.
Get it out there for them, yeah, man.
Exactly.
You've got the platform, you've got the eyes looking at you, and if anyone is local to you at the moment, or even far away, I don't know when you're going to set that up, but mail your product in, let Elite Mastery and the team have a good look at it, have a good sniff of it, see what's going on with it, and tell everyone what he exactly thinks of it. And then your sales and just traffic will explode, man. You know what to do. I don't even have to tell you what to do. You already know what to do.
We have to put it together. We got to put a plan for you. Make sure it's good. We don't want to promote anything that we don't know for sure is solid. We want to give you the right advice. Yeah, if you need to go back into the lab and get it tightened up. If you need to do that.
You're not just a sellout, man. You're doing it properly.
Exactly. Got to do it right. There's always a right way to do it, and that's what we're here to do.
Otherwise, you lose your followers quick smart, man. You got to do things right, precise, real, and you are a genuine person in the... And it's a dodgy field out there, marketing, man, isn't it? Especially in California, man. I used to live there in Hollywood, man.
Really? Oh, you lived here before?
I live Hollywood Boulevard, and for 3 months, and it was the fakest place I've ever been. Everyone's scrapping over $1 like you wouldn't believe. The homeless people everywhere going crazy if you step outside. And I was glad to get out of that place, to be honest. But outside of there's a very nice place where you live, for example, up north.
Exactly.
And,
yes.
That's where the real people are. Yeah, that's where the real people are, man.
Exactly. Yes. Like you were saying, marketing is a sketchy field. It hurts. And I will, some advice that I want to give everybody is this: when you're making a purchase in marketing and looking for an expert, make sure you ask them this. Make sure you ask them these two things. Number one, are they going to make content with you? And make sure you have a copy of that content, right? So, and then number two thing that you always want to make sure is ask them on the worst case scenario, what are they going to have? Are they going to have some content? Are they going to have access to your network? Are they going to have a newsletter sent out? Make sure you ask those questions, because if you don't, and then you end up with nothing, you didn't ask worst case scenario what you would get. You're thinking best case scenario. You're thinking this is going to go viral. You're thinking they're going to make everything perfect. And then if it doesn't happen, 9 out of 10 times best case scenario doesn't happen. So just think, if, worst case scenario, what happens, and they tell you have access to my network, you're going to get an email sent out. You're going to have some content you can always use. That's great. So don't get hurt because you did not ask. That's very important.
Yeah, man. And they've also got to put the effort in themselves as well,
Yes.
That's it. They can't just get you can only wave the magic wand, and your magic wand is only so good. But I'm sure that comes as part of your consultation, where you tell them how best to also use the media and product that you give them too. So, 100%. Mate, I love what you're doing. I'm keen to follow you, and I'll put all the links to you on my website so everyone can go out and see your Instagram and podcast. So just one last time, what's your Instagram and your podcast, and how can people find you?
Let's get to it. So Instagram is The Champions Playbook all together. All right, let me say it one more time. The Champions Playbook. If you go on Instagram, that's what that is. The podcast is Brands Experts Podcast on Instagram, okay? And the website is The Champions Playbook, TCP.com. And then also on YouTube is The Champions Playbook, and also the podcast is Brands Experts Podcast. Things are going great on all platforms. You'll see a lot of different businesses, people doing incredible things. You'll get mentorship, you get product reviews. You'll know what's real because we're going to actually show you. We're not just going to tell you, we're going to show you. So you're going to see everything yourself. So, don't only take my word for it. Make sure you go to all the platforms, go to the website, see everything yourself, interact with us, interact with the businesses. Everything's real. Everything's 100% legit. Check it out for yourself.
Well, once again, Elite Mastery, what you've said is 100% true from what I've seen. You're doing good things. You've got a great network already. You're still doing good. 3 years in. It's going to be scary when you're another 3 years in, but that's the excitement and the challenge of growth. And like I said, I look forward to keeping an eye on you, mate. And it's been great to have you on.
Hey, we look forward to this, and I look forward to being able to get on here for another episode as we continue to grow in 2023. Like, make this a long-term relationship, because what you're doing is great. You're reaching out to countries in the U.S., and let's keep this going. Like, really appreciate you, Brandon Green, and let's, continue to grow.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, make winning